I'm going to show you how you could have caught the move today by strictly just using data and the 15-minute orb. In today's video, we're going to be going over Wave and Gex. A lot of you have questions on like how to utilize these tools. So I want to start boosting out educational content, going over real-time examples, recaps, etc. As you can see today, we opened up way up here and we had a large downside move. So what I personally like to do is I like to mark out the 15-minute opening range. So this is at the 8:45 Central Time. You mark the high, you mark the low. And that's what I did right here. I marked the high and the low. You can see Wave was flip-flopping for the first like 20 minutes or so. And the first 20 minutes or so, we were chopping inside the opening range. There was really no move. But then once we saw calls starting to drop and puts starting to win by a lot larger difference. So my bias is officially bearish. I'm looking for that break. So now that Wave has officially showed us the bias for the day and what market makers are trying to do, they're dropping their calls, they're keeping their puts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Gex tool. It's called the 0 day to expiration Gex. You can find it on Flowtopia. It's right under Wave as well. I just went ahead and put these screenshots on the chart so we can keep everything in one spot. So we're looking at Gex right here. I'm gonna make it bigger so y'all can really see. And we have a negative level of 668. We're trading at 670 right now. And how negative levels work is they act as magnets. Forget green and red. Green means support and resistance. So positive just means support and resistance, right? Red means price targets and magnets. So once we see that 668 is a price target slash magnet, this is going to be my target. We have the market makers selling their calls, and then we have the dealers and the market makers trying to pin us towards 668. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a downside move to this negative Gex level. Mark your positive and negative Gex levels. And just to break it down a little bit more, you want to look for the largest ones. The largest ones are clearly the more important ones for that day. And it happens to be 670, which was the largest positive level on today's trading day. So we're going to go ahead and mark this green. So we know once we break 670, once we break that support, we should see that downside move to 668. So now we have Wave showing bearish activity. And now we have the largest level being a negative Gex level to the downside. So this one's going to be our price target. We have our support lined out because that's the largest positive level. And so we know once we break that largest positive level, we should see a lot more downside to the next negative Gex level, because you can see that our next positive level was right here at 666. So it should be a straight shot to that 668 level. So let's see what happens after we break that positive level. Okay, we broke it right here, a straight shot through. So typically you can wait for a retest back to that positive level and see if it uses it as a resistance now. Or you can go ahead and enter shorts knowing that it might not be the best entry, but it could be a straight shot to 668 because that negative Gex level is pulling. And I like to say magnet because it's pulling price to that level. And as you can see, we went straight to that level. We came back up, retested that positive level, rejected it, and went straight to that level again. This is exactly how you could have caught the move. I've created a cheat sheet for people that want to day trade using Wave and Gex on SPY or QQQ, ES, and NQ, whatever it might be. Make sure to comment the word cheat sheet under this YouTube video and I will send it to you directly, or you can find it through our Flowtopia emails or the description down below. So let's break it down. Let me go to a fresh white page right here. This is the cheat sheet that I like to personally use every single day when I'm day trading SPY or QQQ. First things first, wait 15 minutes after the market is open. The second thing you're going to do, watch Wave and wait for a $10 to $20 million difference. And when I mean a difference, I mean between calls and puts. You can see that puts was trading around probably like negative 8 million at the time, and calls were trading around almost negative 6 million. So that is a large difference between calls and puts. So after you get the Wave bias, make sure you identify the Gex levels. So this is where this tool comes in handy. So once we identify the Gex levels, we want to mark the negative levels as price targets. And then we're going to identify the positive levels, which are basically just support and resistances. This is typically where price could consolidate at or chop at. Now the negative levels, this is where price wants to try to pull towards. So that's exactly what we did today. We identified our 670 level could be used as a consolidation level, a support level, a resistance level. It just all depends. So it would act as a support if we're trading above it. It would act as a resistance if we're trading below it, right? Or we can consolidate on it. So you just want to mark that level out knowing that that's an important level. So after you have those GEX levels marked out, you're going to look for a good entry based off technical analysis. And this is where kind of like your strategy comes into play. Whether you're using EMA clouds, certain indicators, or, you know, the 15-minute orb, which I personally use is the 15-minute orb. But this is how you're going to get the edge in the market. The reason why I'll never go back to not using data is because I feel like I'm trading like blindly without it. You really need to see where the market makers are trying to pull price, or where they're trying to hold the price, or if they're selling calls or buying puts, whatever they might be doing. And just these tools right here on Flowtopia.co show you exactly that. This might be a lot. It might not make a lot of sense to you, but if you can just try to start understanding that this is kind of the process that we like to do every single day, then you'll get a lot better at it over time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to try to push out more content like this because I have a lot of subscribers on Flowtopia right now talking about like, hey, how do I combine Wave and GEX? Hey, what is Wave? Hey, what is GEX? We have a lot of educational content out there, but I think we should have a lot more. So I'm going to start feeding y'all with some educational content. And how I do these videos, I really want to just be more like, I want to try to be as simple as possible, because it can sound really confusing to people, but it's really not. At the end of the day, you use it for a week or two, you're going to start catching on and learning how to do it. You might be wondering like, hey, did you catch this trade? Yes, I ended up entering shorts while we were in the opening range. Based off my strategy, and this ended up running for 70% on options, and I made hundreds of dollars on futures. And I did this all while live trading in front of 200 plus people. Now, a lot of Flowtopia subscribers are waiting for a Discord for just Flowtopia. That is coming very soon. But for now, we do trade in Oasis community, which the description is down below if you're interested in joining. That is where we're live trading. That's where most Flowtopia subscribers are at currently. So if you're interested in that, go to wap.com/Oasis alerts. I hope this was a good video. I hope I kind of broke it down in the most simple terms as possible. And if you need anything, reach out to us on Twitter, Discord, whatever it might be. Comment down below, anything, and I'll try to get back to y'all as soon as possible. Once you start trading with data, you won't go back, just like me.